I'm Bob Perkins, and this is Aggressive Grace. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to look at Philippians 4, verses 10 to 20, and we're going to look at the idea of fundraising and self-sufficiency. This is the end of Paul's letter to the church at Philippi, his friends who have supported him in the past, and he's going to tell them now that yes, it'd be great if they would support him, but he says this: I rejoice in the Lord greatly that now at length you have revived your concern for me. Thank you very much. You were indeed concerned for me, but you had no opportunity. Not that I'm speaking of being in need. Look, this is verse 11. He says, I appreciate the fact that you want to help me, but I don't want you to think I'm in need. He says, I have learned in whatever situation I am to be self-sufficient. Now we mostly have seen that verse as, I have learned in whatever situation I am to be content. And in fact, most of the English translations translate it that way. But the Greek word actually is self-sufficient, and it changes the whole context. Paul's saying, I don't need you. I mean, he's getting support from these people, and he says, I really appreciate you wanting to support me, but I don't need you. He says, I'm self-sufficient. And he goes on to say, I know how to be brought low. I know how to abound. In any and every circumstance, I've learned the secret of facing plenty and abundance. And Paul's saying, I've been through this. I know how to be high and low, have plenty and have nothing. And then the key verse. Verse 13. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Paul's saying, I'm self-sufficient in Christ. He's saying, I've been high and low, I've been abounding and in want, and I can do any of it in Christ. But he goes on, he says, it was kind of you to share my troubles. And you, Philippians yourselves, know that in the beginning of the gospel, when I left Macedonia, no church entered into partnership with me in giving and receiving except only you. He says, I really appreciate you. And then he says, not that I seek the gift, but I seek the fruit that increases to your credit. Paul says, I'm self-sufficient in Christ, and I seek the fruit that comes in your life from giving. It's awesome. And then at the very end, he ties it back together and he says, and my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus. In other words, I don't need you because I'm self-sufficient in Christ. It's to your benefit to give. And by the way, the same God that enables me to be self-sufficient in him will supply your needs too. You know, it's not just people like Paul who are fundraising. It's all of us. It's all of us who trust God with our lives, who have known what it is to be abundant and want, who have known the ups and downs of life, to be able to say, in whatever circumstance, I have learned to trust God. I can do all things in him who strengthens me. Now look, it doesn't matter if you're in the full-time ministry and raising money. It doesn't matter if you're a business person and it's the next client or sale or big deal. It doesn't matter what walk of life we're in. It's important for us as Christians to understand that we depend on Christ and Him alone, and in His grace, we are self-sufficient. That is aggressive grace. I'm Bob Perkins. Thanks for watching.